Yeah, the process at Activision was great that it gave the designers autonomy. I mean, they believed that we knew what was fun. Um, and they knew that from looking at our past work before we joined Activision. So when we joined Activision, we would communicate with the designers, not much on marketing. It wasn't really a marketing driven company back then. So the designers in California and us would talk to marketing and say, this is what I'm thinking of. And then they would take that and kind of run with it and see if they could do something. But they very much left it in our hands, which is why we had a lot of titles that we worked on that never made it out, primarily because there was so much going on and marketing wanted to schedule titles to be released in the right order and not flood the market with certain things. The first game I had worked on was Crackpots. Um, and I always thought it was funny to just, throw things down on people like potted plants. I thought was funny. I had seen that happen when somebody was working on one of the windowsills in town, the town that we actually had our office in. Somebody had potted plants up there and dropped one of them, and it was kind of like the moment where like Newton looked and said, "Oh, the apple fell," and when it fell, it was really cool. It kind of exploded at the bottom, and that'd be funny if we could drop a bunch of them. And what if there were things kind of trying to get up into the windows of the building? So Gary and I talked about it, and we said, let's kind of create a reverse kaboom. Where kaboom, he was dropping, the bombs were coming down and you were catching them. Let's do something where you're dropping things and you're controlling it. So I ended up creating a flower pot, which was kind of beautifully done, and a little building scape. And I remember doing the curb, and the curb in New Jersey for places not to park is yellow. It's kind of yellow. But in California, it's red where you can't park. So I remember Dave Crane coming out and he's visiting us and looking at the games we're working on, and he's looking at this. He says, I like the concept. He says, you got a problem though with the curb. I said, what do you mean, Dave? He says, well, you obviously can't park there because there's no car there. I said, yeah. He said, it's supposed to be red. I said, no, it's not red, Dave. It's yellow. He says, no, it's supposed to be red. I said, I'll bet you lunch that when we go out for lunch in New Jersey, that I can't park, it's yellow. He said, you're on. So we went out to lunch, and we went to a place where I couldn't park, and he was like, damn, it's yellow. So I ended up getting a free sandwich out of it. Gary primarily starts the Eastern Design Center. We set up a beautiful office here, and we're all working on computers on our desks, computers being Apple II because we don't have the PDP-11 yet. And this is their first satellite office. And Jim Levy and Tom Lopez kind of put their necks out on the line here. They're bringing a whole team of people separate from the original team in a new facility 3,000 miles away. So they fly out a few months later, check in, how are things going? So we knew they were coming. And Gary has an idea. Gary says, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's, all the games we're working on, let's not show that to them. Let's do the biggest pieces of shit we can do. Write the biggest piece of crap you can write in a couple of days, so when you turn on the screen, we'll see what their faces look like. So Gary's working on this Keystone Capers, which at that point was a vertical version, strangely enough. It was the Keystone Cop jumping up on platforms as things were falling down from above. And he sits down in 2 or 3 days, makes this absolutely putrid looking cop, big, blocky, flickering piece of shit, and this other guy on the screen and this tree. And I remember Jim Levy comes and, oh, the office is beautiful. We got Herman Miller chairs and beautiful, beautiful desks and these great cubies, and what a beautiful place. And he's all ears, smiling, and we actually had him do a little ribbon cutting ceremony. And he comes out and, let's see what you got, guys. And we bring him into Gary's office, and he sits down. Tom's standing behind him. Gary downloads the code. He's sitting there tapping real quick. Okay, you ready, Tom? Jim, I'm going to flip the screen. Flips the screen, television lights up. And we're all there like, oh, that's fucking awesome, Gary. How did you do that? And Tom Lopez and Jim Levy just were silent. And I looked at it. And after about a minute, Jim looks at it and says, is that all you guys got? And we started laughing and said, nah, this is only the shit. And we loaded up the real stuff, and they were very happy. But just for that 1 minute of time, it was priceless to see their faces. All the money they dumped into these guys 3,000 miles away, this is what we have to show for it. It was very funny. It was very, very enjoyable.
That's a great way.
We like to play with the suits that way. We were always the creative people. They were the suits. Lovely guys, nice guys, but we always would fuck around with them as much as we could.